So this is the euro dollar analysis for Monday the 19th of March. Now let's just have a look at different prices and where prices may likely go. So we had prices come up towards this 124, from which we did see sell side momentum take us down towards the 23.62. We had a minor bounce, posted a lower high. Had further sell side momentum take us down towards the 123 level. Again, we had a slow move upwards, possibly waiting for a news event. I did expect prices to head up towards that 23.62, from which we could potentially have seen sell side momentum come back into the market, but instead it does appear that we had a some fundamental release of some kind, as indicated by the size of this candle here, closing near its very lows, from which we did see sell side momentum take us through the 22.87. From which we've had a retest of the 22.87, and again we've seen the sell side momentum take us back down towards the 22.60. Now from 22.60 we are seeing buy side momentum come back into the market. It does appear that we are putting in a bit of a double bottom at the moment, so we could potentially see prices head back up towards that 22.87. If we don't see the sell side momentum from 22.87, if we do hold on to 22.87, we'll be expecting price to move towards that 123, where we do have the 400 period moving average. From this 123, from which we did see buy side momentum come previously, if we do not see sell side momentum return to the market, we could potentially see a bounce and a move towards that 23.62, from which we previously found support, and a move up from there. We're looking for price to head up towards that 124 level. If, however, we don't hold the double bottom here at 22.60, we are expecting prices to continue its downward trajectory, in light of the trend here being a series of lower highs. We are expecting prices to potentially go down towards the 22.23, from which we could see buy side momentum return, and if we aren't able to hold support at the 22.23, we are expecting prices to head down towards that 21.78. Now if we have a look at the higher time frames before wrapping up here on the euro dollar, we head over to the monthly time frame, see how price is developing. I suppose we should hide the drawings and the charts. As we can see here on the euro dollar, we've had a brief consolidation here where we held support, had a break to the upside, had a brief pullback, then a further move to the upside. Now we are interacting with the 200 period moving average here on the monthly chart. The 200 period moving average currently sitting at 124.67. We've traded slightly below it, tried slightly above it. We've traded up towards that 125 level, but again we are still below that 24.67. We do appear to be forming a bit of a potential bull flag here at the moment on the euro dollar, so there is a potential for retracement, possibly down towards that 121.78, 120, before we see the next leg up and a continuation of this most recent trend to the upside. Now, if we have a look at the weekly chart, I suppose it's going to be a similar theme. As we can see here on this weekly chart, we formed a bit of a base here before having to move upwards. We had a gap which has not been filled ever since the French elections. We've had a move up, brief pullback, continuation, pullback, tested the 200 period moving average, straight slightly below it, posted a higher low, from which we've had a strong continuation to the upside. Now, the strong continuation to the upside is headed up towards this 400 period moving average, from which we are seeing some sell side momentum return to this market. 400 period moving average here on the weekly time frame, we are seeing a bit of consolidation beneath at the moment. There is a degree of indecisiveness, although there's a slight slant to the bearish side. So there is a potential to pull back down towards the 20 period moving average for having a retest of the 400 period moving average here on this weekly time frame. If we do have a successful if we do successfully play out the bull flag, we are expecting prices to head towards I'll soon add the drawings on the chart, but we do have the 400 period moving average sitting at the 24.50. If we put the drawings back on the charts here, so we already have 24.50 identified as an area of interest. So if we do have this pullback again, we're looking for price to head up towards that 25.55 most recent highs, beyond which we're looking for price to move towards that 26.76, and beyond there we're looking for 28.87. Now we'll have a look at the daily time frame before wrapping up here on the euro dollar. So we're over to the daily time frame on the euro dollar. As we can see, we do appear to be range bound here on the euro dollar. We've got this resistance here at 125. We got the lower end of the trading range being around at 121.78. Slightly found support above that as well at the 22.83. The most recent trend that we can see here, we've formed a bit of we've got a high, possibly a lower high, and we are seeing the sell side momentum test the most recent lows here. Let's just clean this chart up a bit here, and what we'll do is we'll zoom in a bit more. Let's distort the chart a little bit. There we are. So as we can see here, we've formed our highs, but we had a bit of a triple top here. We've posted a lower high still, which is somewhat bearish here on the daily time frame. We are seeing that sell side momentum, so there is a potential to head down towards that 22.23 and the 21.78, from which we did see support previously. So there is a potential for that developing here on the euro dollar, especially in light of the most recent trend being to the upside. And with that said, that pretty much wraps up the euro dollar analysis. Thanks for watching.